Hi everyone! Today, let us talk about a very important festival that will be happening soon, that is the Qing Ming Festival. We have all heard of this festival, but what is the origin of it? Well, the Qing Ming Festival is our traditional Chinese festival which falls on the beginning of the third month of the traditional Chinese lunisolar calendar. Qing Ming initially signifies one of the solar terms which is called 节气 in Chinese. In the traditional Chinese lunisolar calendar, 1 year is divided into 24 solar terms to reflect the changes in climate in order to guide agricultural production. And Qing Ming is one of these 24 solar terms. Qing Ming usually begins around the 4th or 5th of April in a given year after the spring equinox, Chun Fen, and before Gu Yu. In ancient Chinese records, Qing Ming is the 15th day after the spring equinox or approximately 106 days after the winter equinox. At this time of the year, all things are clean, the air is fresh, and the landscape is bright. Flowers and vegetation in such an environment present a thriving scene, which is why it is termed Qing Ming or pure bright. So now we know what Qing Ming really means. The Qing Ming Festival is where ancestors are worshipped and loved ones who have passed away are commemorated. The main observance for Qing Ming Festival is the cleaning and sweeping of tombs. The cleaning and sweeping of tombs are usually carried out 10 days before or 10 days after the designated date for Qing Ming Festival. Nichiren Daishonin teaches, so long as it does not go against the principles for the attainment of Buddhahood, it may be of use in understanding the ordinary ways of secular life. The meaning of this precept, known as following the customs of the region, is that so long as no seriously offensive act is involved, then even if one were to depart to some slight degree from the teachings of Buddhism, it would be better to avoid going against the manners and customs of the country. The Qing Ming Gongyo meet organized by Soka Gakkai is based on this Buddhist precept of adapting to local customs, indicating that one may act in accordance to local customs so long as the fundamental principles of Buddhism are not violated. As such, observing the Qing Ming Festival is practiced as a form of gratitude to our ancestors. Nichiren Buddhism is in accord with the original significance of reaching the other shore, paramita in Sanskrit, or attaining enlightenment in one's present form. This means that if we believe and embrace the Gohonzon of the three great secret laws of the latter day of the law and attain enlightenment in our present form, we can, through this benefit, transfer merit and honor the memory of our ancestors and the deceased. Now let's talk about the concept of shores. The other shore is the Buddhist term that contrasts with this shore, which means the realm of the sufferings of birth and death, or the state of delusion. The other shore is the shore of enlightenment, or nirvana. The other shore is also the same as the state of enlightenment and includes the practice that leads to reaching the state of enlightenment. In order to reach the other shore, Mahayana Buddhism sets forth the 6 paramitas, or 6 bodhisattva practices of almsgiving, keeping the precepts, forbearance, assiduousness, meditation, and the obtaining of wisdom. Well, actually, there is a more direct way. Nichiren Buddhism teaches that embracing the Gohonzon is, in itself, observing one's own mind or attaining enlightenment. Therefore, simply by embracing the mystic law, believing in it with all our hearts, and chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo ourselves and teaching others to do the same, we can obtain benefit equal to practicing the 6 paramitas over countless eons and reach the other shore of Buddhahood. The record of the orally transmitted teachings teaches, now when Nichiren and his followers perform ceremonies for the deceased, reciting the Lotus Sutra and chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, the ray of light from the Daimoku reaches all the way to the hell of incessant suffering and makes it possible for them to attain Buddhahood then and there. What does it mean? This means that the Daimoku can even reach the people in the hell of incessant suffering and is the true way of transferring merits and honoring the deceased. Amazing, right? Well, this is because the mystic law is the truly universal and eternal law that permeates the 10 worlds and the 3,000 realms, penetrating through life and death. Therefore, chanting and propagating the Daimoku is the best and highest form of offerings for the deceased. That is why a life devoted to striving for Kosen Rufu is the best way of transferring merits and honoring those family members who have passed away. Nichiren Daishonin teaches, and amazing as it may seem, all the fathers and mothers of the preceding 7 generations and the 7 generations that followed, indeed, of countless lifetimes before and after, were able to become Buddhas. So what the Daishonin promises us is that through our faith in the mystic law, all our ancestors of the preceding 7 generations and all our descendants of the 7 generations that follow will be able to attain enlightenment. And even more than that, all our ancestors of countless lifetimes before and all our descendants of countless lifetimes after will also be able to attain enlightenment. This is how great and how unfathomable the mystic law is, and our faith is the highest expression of filial piety. Nichiren Buddhism expounds the true meaning of eternally reaching the other shore, and our morning and evening gongyo are the daily practice of transferring merits and honoring the deceased. That is why our daily gongyo and daimoku already carry the significance of the Qing Ming Festival. Transferring merits morning and evening, every day is Qing Ming. Let us take this Qing Ming Festival of honoring our ancestors to again arouse our spirit of transferring merits and honoring the deceased to awaken and strive again in our faith.